It's that time of the season, y'all, for your favorite show. Ooh, it's back and brand new. Ooh, so give a round of applause. Bronze Banter is back, baby. It's brand new with the same orange hue. So take a view while you queue, because this show was made for you.
You're listening to Bronze Banter. Ooh, new content, the answer. Headaches, hot takes, and your heart breaks. Tune in this week, surely there's no mistakes. We got you. Play Tuesday, talk Saturday. We got you. Tune in, yeah, don't make us wait. Yeah, you love that Bronze Banter. Yeah, you need that Bronze Banter.
Let's take our time saying hello to the host of the show. Say hello to Nerfed, an amazing manager, host, and former player.
She has a lot of free time.
Chobi, soon to be 3-row all-star in harmony.
Didn't he retire?
Pasty, lost 2 times in the same champ bracket.
How is that possible?
Sticko, his gameplay is as crazy as his takes.
Kinda cooking.
Wooly, new to the hosting game, but his claim to fame is all the same.
Come get your Bronze Banter, yeah.
Bronze Banter, 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 banter.
Welcome back to Bronze Banter. We're doing Mega Week this week since we've been slacking. We haven't done our quality content quota. So we're here to talk about all of the playoffs so far. We're talk about everything in the Harmony tier. Apathy. I don't know what you said was
I don't know what
pretty
you-
hard, man.
Apathy is on some shit.
What? No. What is
Apathy's going crazy in chat.
He's saying a lot of
Um,
things. None of them are eligible
Here.
sentences.
Apathy, you want some Dr. Pepper? I'll give you some. Just take some. Please.
No,
We got Wyatt
not
on the show
sponsored.
since his
Not
team won a match for
sponsored.
once. And then they lost, but we're only gonna
Shut
talk about the
up!
win.
That didn't happen. It didn't happen.
And apparently, Wyatt's parents are home and will beat him over the head if he speaks louder than 2 decibels.
No.
Judging
My
by
mom actually, no, my mom is
I
watching.
am Wyatt's father.
I
Your
can't
mom is
talk
watching?
about her. No. No, she's in the
Everybody-
next room.
It's a big moment
okay,
for
okay.
him.
Yeah, Wyatt's mom is in chat.
He's
Everybody
got the whole family watching.
She loves Luminous Foxes.
She's
He made it.
a big Luminous fan, I guess.
She's like Clem's dad.
Yeah, we'll get.
The chief is the goat. I love the chief.
I love the chief.
I love the chief.
that guy.
Have
That guy's
all
the only reason I continue on.
Same.
Have all the Luminous parents come in and watch. We talk about why that team sucks.
The
What are
pairing
you
cast would be
opening, Wyatt?
crazy.
The Nerds cluster.
We don't too many clusters.
Yeah.
Stick, I got you. And
You
you.
guys are so cringe. You guys are- But yeah, welcome.
you guys don't know how close together we are. We're both in Florida.
Welcome to Bronze Banter.
Oh,
So since we got a lot of topics, let's start with we don't have codes for last week, unfortunately, so we're just gonna be watching the match that the winning teams from last week played. When we talk about these the first week of playoff segments. We're starting with Amounts versus Dwellers. Same score, same result, exactly. Literally down to the fucking maps. Last time back in week 5, Basement Dwellers lost push and control, and then won everything else. Literally everything happened down to a T. The match was perfectly parallel to how it was back in stage 1. Wooly, I know you're a big Basement Dwellers fan. Unfortunately, they're gone now.
They're gone now.
But
I'm sad that they're gone. But you know
they
what
did
had
get
to
that big
happen.
dub though.
They got that big dub. They made it past
Mhm.
week
They
one
did the
playoffs.
thing.
So,
Yep.
you know, I'm pretty happy with how this team like improved over the season. They stagnated a little bit towards the end, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with how they played, and I hope they come back next season. Honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. Based pasty.
Pasty band, unfortunately.
No.
But yeah, I
Unfortunate.
like this game was also a lot better than the week 5 one, mostly because there was no Lucio, Brig, Reinhardt. That was a big boon. So I'm glad aimbot stopped doing that. I thought
Yeah.
Ranger had a fucking amazing game on aimbots. I thought he played out of his mind.
Ranger's
in
a
this
really
game. It
solid
was
player.
Yeah, he was like he started as DPS, right? And
Uh-huh.
transferred over to flex support, and he like became low key one of the better flex supports in the tier.
Oh yeah. I think so. I don't have like direct rankings like on me or whatever, but I would say he's easily top 10, and I think he's definitely higher than that as well. He just looked like so strong. And I think that like the unfortunate like roster issues that aimbots had mid-season, I think picking up Vila and then throwing Ranger on flex support, it just worked so well for them. And I think that they had a rough run still, losing first round of the playoffs and everything, but definitely they were able to bounce back, and they faced the adversity they had throughout the season very well. So, love to see
Yeah.
that. Well, it's unfortunate that they do end up going out pretty early, but
Yawn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sad both these teams are gone actually, because they
Yeah.
were pretty entertaining to watch. Like, I think
Mhm.
especially Basement Dwellers was just always really entertaining to watch.
yeah.
Like,
You guys
Kale
pick up?
and oh, sorry.
I mean, I would say Basement Dwellers are. It's hard to argue them not against them being the most improved team this season. I think
Yeah,
I think so.
they were seen as like a bottom like 3 or 4 team to start off with, and making it
It-
like doing a
Basement
semi good
too.
run in playoffs is very impressive.
I liked
Part
playing
of it-
against them. It was fun.
Well, you did play against them. I forgot about that. It is interesting in that, like, I mean, we did have them very low on our power rankings initially, simply because of like I think just the unknown factor of them. It's like they were one of I believe a majority of the teams this season had like at least like footage on them. And Basement Dwellers was not one of them. But I think it looking at aimbots, I think that it's really tough for them. And that they like, I don't know, like I talked about how like I love that they were able to face adversity and stuff. But they look so good at like just different points throughout the season, and it like that adversity, like, you know, like even though they dealt with it well, it still definitely glared its head in the sense that they just like they had very high highs but also very low lows. And I feel like they couldn't string enough of the highs together consecutively. And in a match like here especially, they lost a lot of map 5s this season. So
yeah, it's 2 of them to the same team.
yeah, Sicko wouldn't know anything about that.
Shut up. And it's been rough. It's been a rough season.
Yeah, I got one against
You won,
Hades. Take that. Didn't Hades play Hammerhead to 5?
Nerfed acting like she isn't the manager of that
I
team.
don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, they did take Hammerhead to map 5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
your fault,
Yeah.
Nerf.
It's my fault. What the hell?
Look what you did.
I can't believe it. I have
Worst GM in Trank, right, Bubba?
So
before
Yeah,
this.
Luminous player in here to slander as well.
I think Ghost is in chat if you want to have him.
Please.
Man, I went from having
Contributes
like all of my teams before this season went to champ bracket. Now here I am with 3 bum teams.
you act like that's our fault.
Honestly,
Oh, it's your fault,
Make
Wyatt.
I'll be there. I'll be there no matter what.
Listen. Love to see it.
You will not
Hashtag
be
Wyverns
invited.
dub.
You will not be invited
Very
back.
off
man.
topic.
Yeah, very off topic. Any strong opinions on either aimbots or basement dwellers? I mean, this week it was a lot more cut and dry. I mean, they just went up against Doodles, and playoff Doodles is not a team that you want to face because they actually care about the results now. So, any thoughts on those two before we send them to the depths of hell and never talk about them the rest of the season?
I
We'll
was
talk
really-
about them
I was
probably.
really sad to see Vila leave. I feel like Vila is
Vila's
just kind of
very
like
good.
Yeah.
Vila's kind of just like whatever struggling team at the end of week 5. They just find him somehow, like Fighting Potatoes last season, Fighting Potatoes season 8, and I don't remember who had him last season. But he kind of just appears,
Mhm.
and then his team loses very early in playoffs, which I'm very sad about because I love Vila.
He
Yeah,
turns them around.
one of the best traces in Harmony every time he plays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Vila's nuts.
hmm
Tough.
Yeah. Both really good teams. Wow. What? Oh
My list just
shoot. I looked at
just
the
saw
thing.
fucking title.
What thing?
The basement dwellers locked in the basement.
Yeah, that's
Oh
good.
yeah.
Unfortunately, next we have to talk about the Mets. It's all about the Mets.
It's all about the Mets, baby.
They won a game. First one all season, I believe. Right? What?
No. Third.
one of their
Third.
2 wins.
3.
3. Wow.
One of their 1.5 wins.
That's true. I do think I will say the exhilaration match probably would have gone differently if Truth was there.
You wanna
We still
gas
won.
your team up, Wyatt?
Not a whole lot. I think that Levy was honestly heavily underrated. Like
Yes.
everybody talked about O, but he himself has even said this, and even Maz will probably tell him this. So I can be pretty mean to my team because Maz is already mean to them for me. So honestly, O's kind of rusty. He's not the player that he was in season 7, and Levy definitely picked up that extra weight, and also like they did kind of have to carry Jay, which I feel like for being an off role, I'm proud of Jay for stepping up and doing better than he thinks he did. So I don't have that much. Also, Bento, no. During the Jersey Boys game, Bento almost won them that match.
Yeah, it was
Like,
really close.
That was
Ben-
fucking sick.
Bento on New Queens was in nuts.
hmm
Like,
I
I mean, the
mean, what
whole-
let? Yeah, sorry.
You go, Wooly.
What let Jersey Boys down in that game was they just had like awful macro. Like, no offense to the Mets gaming, but that comp is awful.
which
The
one?
comp,
the Mercy Ram is just
the
like,
comp
Oh.
is sick. No, that comp is sick.
but,
That comp
like,
is crazy.
That is the
It's like-
definition of set up your DPS.
yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
everything. You're putting all your stonks into the DPS, but if you just like run at the Mercy, like with, she has like very little survivability when they reset her.
Yeah.
So she just dies, but Jersey Boys just didn't look at the Mercy ever. They just like kept running at the Ram. And it's like that's the person that doesn't die in that comp.
I mean, they know like who their best players are. I think that's like.
Oh, they played for it.
Yeah,
It's
for a
because- yeah.
struggling
Yeah.
team, that's what you got to do. Is you got to enable your best players. So you know.
I'm
I
not saying
love-
they like played it bad. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like
Just like fundamentally, like,
macro-wise,
not
yeah.
not as great. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. It's just like it works for them.
yeah,
so,
it did.
yeah.
I mean, they beat Jersey Boys, who like
Mhm.
should have been a good team, but they were talk about inconsistency. Like with aimbots, Jersey Boys was the exact same.
Oh yeah,
Like,
true.
They took Galactic Penguins to 5, right? And then it
Mhm.
was
Well,
like all
everybody
downhill
did.
from there. That's true. That
Um,
is true.
I think that that's like kind of a trend throughout like all of Harmony tier. Is that like for a lot of the games like with the mid tier teams, the mid table was just all over the place, and you could see one of them beating the next like 1 week, then like a week later, like they would all. It's just like a big circle of suck, not like a circle of suck, but like they're a circle of the middle.
Circle of
I'm-
mid.
I missed
Yeah,
the circle of
I
stuff.
said suck way aggressively. But yeah, it's like there was just like so many teams could have beaten so many other different teams on like any given week. It just depended on like who was performing that week. Like say Insidious. I didn't think Insidious was too great. They dropped a match with Freya, and Freya was not really a team I rated too well. That match was really close. But then they go into Smack Mets Gaming, and I believe a lot of people had Jersey Boys winning the series against Insidious in their brackets. Same with even like Dwellers, Aimbots, like we said. So a lot of the mid-table teams, they're just like very, very close. Which is unfortunate now that we're in playoffs, where it's like one of them has to go home. But is what it is.
Yeah, that week of inconsistency is gonna send you home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing in Harmony tier, like by far, for a team that isn't like heavy favorites, is just like an understanding how to play your strength and just play
Yeah.
stupid shit that teams won't know how to counter. And I feel like that is like I think a team that's like solid, but not great, like Insidious, for example, could make a very good run if they did something similar to that. Just like I think it is very, very viable in Harmony tier, that strategy.
That's what works so well for Jersey Boys typically. They just run their brawl. That's what they do. And like this season they honestly kind of struggled because like I feel like they were trying to get off of that too much.
Yeah, they did. They did kind of try and force dive, and their dive wasn't. Their dive wasn't as good as their brawl typically is, and also you could see that their brawl was 100%. Like you could tell that it wasn't as good as it had been in previous seasons, just probably because they have been playing more and more dive. Like I was kind of surprised to see us winning, or like winning as heavily on the brawl as we did, because I expected like a lot more trouble with the brawl v brawl, but it just didn't. Like it wasn't, especially with Jay, like not being as good of a tank. Like I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. I mean, if we did like with the whole, I want to find a clip that's like there's a point on it's like the first map of Antarctica, like we walked up towards like the high ground of sublevel, and Jay uses Nemesis, just holds right click and doesn't die for at least 20 seconds or for at least like 10 seconds after getting pumped with every single bit of damage possible. And I feel like we did kind of just hard like that just shows how much we relied on our DPS to win those matches, because obviously Jay was not like the main person that we needed to look out for, or that team needed to look out for.
In what universe would you have ever predicted that the Jersey Boys pick Watchpoint Gibraltar as their escort map?
That blew me off. I was not ready for that.
And they won it as well. I mean, so good for them, but
I feel it's not that surprising. Their brawl wasn't working because Mets was running a hard brawl counter comp, and their second best comp is Winston Dive, let's say. So I think it makes a certain amount of sense for them. It is weird to think about though.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the other two options were like Shambali and Junkertown, right? And Junkertown is going to be easily favored. I think both of those would have been favored for Mets actually, because they're like really pokey maps. So.
You do not want to put Levy on Widow. Not at all. Levy's got a really, really good snipe. They're like Ash, their Widow, their Hanzo, like all three of those picks are really good for them. So
God, I hope she's not watching this.
Levy's Ash.
I'll hype her up. I mean, she actually diffed Luminous back in whenever they played Mets. On what was it? Havana.
Week 8?
Yeah, Havana week 8. She looked good. Yeah. She was a good player. So Yeah.
I'm
you
glad
want
Mets won a game in the playoffs. That's just like it like
Yeah.
everyone at the start of the season was like, "Oh, this team's going to improve so much," and then we didn't see it for all of stage
Mhm.
1. And like I didn't really watch too many of their games in stage 2, so and like coming out and getting a win in the playoffs, I'm like really proud of that team and proud of the staff there. Maybe even Bubba Wyatt, a little bit less, but
That's me.
yeah, it's like it's good to see that their hard work eventually did pay off.
I mean, we were in quite literal last place to end stage 1,
Yeah.
which was funny as hell to me.
Yeah.
The only teams that we didn't beat, or that we technically beat, were Gehenna Gatekeepers and Team 32.
It goes.
Yeah. Unfortunate end for the Mets. But I think that it's time we stop gassing up Wyatt. Your
Thank
team
you.
sucks, grr.
I was running out of things to say.
Yeah. So let's talk about a team who's kind of in panic mode, I would say, especially with Trophy off the show right now. Let's talk about them. Swordfish take the Penguins to 5, and then this week they went to 5 with Chrysalis live on stream. Oh my gosh, they are struggling. I mean, the map 5 curse for Penguins is in full effect. I would say. So what do we want to? I mean, we can kind of touch on both matches a little bit. Kind of use this as a segue into the week 11 matches. What's going on with the Penguins?
It's the same stuff they've been doing all season, right? Like they get to a map 5 and like, oh shit, we can lose this. Start playing well again. But also they're playing so much Mercy when like she was better earlier in the season. She didn't get reverted back like Overwatch 1 Mercy. So I think they're relying too much on like Echo Mercy and Pharmacy, and it's getting exploited because it's not as good as it was. And so yeah, if they just run Brig Armor with the comps that they're running right now, they can like keep the Echo even. I think they'd be so much better.
Yeah. Watching Penguins, it feels like they kind of just like too many cooks in the kitchen where everyone's trying to make hero plays and no one's getting stuff done. They're just like not working together at all. It's like, oh, Phantom's gonna harden because he has Barrage and then he dies instantly. Oh, Sky wants to get hardened on Tracer and he gets punished. It's just like, they're just too many hero plays. They aren't playing together at all.
Yeah, which is like really weird because Gizmo is such a I swear to God. Gizmo is such a like team-oriented tank. He sets his team up for success really, really well. And you know, like Stuko said, they are just going for these hero plays.
So I just went through all their stats for this season. Of the 10 matches the Galactic Penguins have played, they have been to 5 in 6 of them.
Holy shit!
That's fucking
what?
Mets,
sounds like
Aries, FBRD,
Holy
and
shit.
Koala Kings are the 4 teams who didn't. One of those was a loss. The other 3 were wins. They've been to 5 every other week, which is crazy because this is a team who did not drop a single map in the preseason. They played like flashbacks. They played Pause Champ. They played Luminous, who were mid as fuck, but that's fine. They played all these teams, and they still didn't drop a single map. But here they are dropping the maps to pretty much everybody at this point.
Well, there's a bit of a grain of salt on that preseason run, though, because
there is,
Adama was like we were trying. Stiko can tell you, we were trying really, really hard for Mets to get Gizmo and Adama. It never happened, but like obviously, but like we were trying really hard because those two like were so in sync and they were just a really good duo. And I think without Adama and adding a DPS player as their flex support, like there's like I didn't have like as high of expectations. It's like having
I don't think
that
Luna's been
backline.
bad though.
I don't think Luna's bad. I'm just saying like I feel like their backline was significantly better
Mm-hmm.
during like obviously during preseason than it is
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
And also I feel like Chobi just straight up not picking up a main support to replace him has kind of affected them, because obviously we heard Chobi just wants to just get off of main support.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was kind of a mistake. But
Yeah.
I hate they're winning the game, so it's at least
Yeah.
working somewhat.
But I mean, I don't know. If you would have talked to Chobi or Bernie or like any of the Penguins, and like when the whole Adama situation went down, they would have said, doesn't matter. You know, Gizmo's our best player. He always has been, and like losing Adama isn't going to affect anything. I don't think you can realistically back up that statement now.
Yeah, no, you can't.
With the absolute chasm of a difference between the Penguins we saw in preseason versus this like current Penguins, and it's not even just in like the fact that like, oh, they didn't drop a map then, they've dropped a lot of maps since. No, they've like it's a completely different team. Like the fundamentals just feel so completely different between the Penguins we saw in the Chrysalis game versus the Penguins we saw all the way back in their run against like flashbacks in preseason.
I mean, imagine how much sync. I don't even know the word would be like the synchronization between Gizmo and Adama. Imagine like how much like you lose all of that during that, like, and so having those two players like being able to work, like the support and the DPS being able to work together, or the support and the tank being able to work together that well, and then just losing that and having to rebuild on that, like there's no way you can in any way have the same. Like,
I think it helps rebuilding that synergy when you have 3 months until playoffs.
Mhm. Yeah.
I mean, it should. I feel like they really just like another big issue they have is they just don't trust each other. Like, it feels like they just like don't trust each other to follow up on like plays or like create space for them or just like do anything for each other. It's super individualized. It's just, I think if they like had some faith in each other and actually like played together, they have the potential to still be like top 2, top 3 team. But it's not looking too hot this season.
Yeah, no. I want to talk about like what their hopes are eventually. But I want to talk about the Colosseo from this week, against Chrysalis, because oh my god, that was a map, one of them of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching it live and like, wow, like that. They were like so close. Like I think they like Chrysalis started with like how much of a like gap? Like what was? Does anybody remember what the starting difference was?
no,
It was like 60 something 0, I think.
Yeah.
Or like it was like 60 or 40 something 0.
that's not right.
I think it was 100 something 0.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
so.
tuned in later, so I wasn't able to
I
see.
don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I remember looking
I
at
thought it
the
was,
screen
like-
after the game, and then after my game, and being like 110 to like 0.
Mhm.
Oh no,
I
it's
thought it was,
over.
like,
It's over.
60, and then they got 20, and then the other team got like 110.
Yeah,
from
it was
there.
like something low. It wasn't like 100 to 0, but it was something low.
They
Yeah.
got a big lead, and then like yeah. But like Bernie DM'd me in the middle of it, and he's like, "I'm gonna have a heart attack. We're done. Like the season is over."
Jeez.
And then they come back from such a huge deficit and end up winning the map.
The overtime push was crazy.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
nuts. Wasn't it at one point Chrysalis like 100% could have won that match? Didn't they have like 3 ults?
Oh
in that
yeah.
lap
Yeah.
during the overtime,
Mhm.
and they just didn't use them correctly?
Not gonna lie, they kind of threw.
Yeah.
They had like two whole
Well, yeah.
fights with all their
Well,
ults.
Penguins should not have won
Penguins
Yeah.
threw the whole fucking Shambali. They lost like
Yes.
3
They
Oh
C9s.
my
had
god, the
three-
3
that's
C9s,
4 times.
dude. They should have won that. So like
bad.
they should have just dominated Shimbali. But
Mhm.
oh my god, those C9s were like bad C9s too.
Yeah.
Definitely should.
And I was watching that entire match with Jonesy. We were cackling when he saw that. It was so bad. It was terrible.
They were just so unnecessary. It really feels like there's just like something fundamentally, like, I don't know if it's the pressure or what, but like something's getting to the Penguins, and they're just not on their game the way that they should be.
If Sky didn't turn into LeBron, they wouldn't be in playoffs anymore.
Yeah.
If Sky didn't kill for the last like 5 fights in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Mysticalist went fucking crazy this game though. He went
that's
so
true.
hard.
Yeah. I think a lot of it was Chrysalis also playing up. I don't think it was solely Penguins making mistakes. Chrysalis definitely played up this match, but yeah.
I
interrupted somebody.
A little bit. I didn't have much to say.
Oh. Rough sledding for Penguins. Love that.
I think Chrysalis, like, this game was the, like, what Mets wanted to be, you know? They, like, played for their DPS to carry, but their tanks still, like, try and, like, aggress and take space and stuff. Not that I think their tanks played super well, like, it was mainly, like, Mysticalist and CTW, I think, that carried them. But, you know, they played for their DPS, they knew their win conditions. Most of the time they were playing for it. And I'm not sure Penguins can, like, say that they were playing for their win conditions, you know?
No, not really. I thought Brave did look really good, though, in this series. Definitely, like, especially compared to my expectations.
Yeah, he exceeded my expectations, for sure.
Which, because he's like a last-minute pickup, right? I believe so, at least.
Oh, really?
I think. I don't think he's been with the team for very long, at the very least.
I'll check.
Yeah, if you could go through the roster transactions.
So, yeah, I'm doing it.
But here we are. We're 107 meters and counting still. Is where I believe Crystal stopped.
I knew it.
Yeah,
you were right.
Tasty was right. Yeah.
I never
110.
Oh, God.
Shit.
And from here, I mean, they don't, like, even still, like, it's just a lot of, like, downtime. Like, Penguins don't even end up pushing for a while. Like, it takes them until overtime to even get to the first objective point.
I will say, once Penguins switched onto this ball comp, I think they like played a lot better.
Yeah, I was gonna say this Diva comp, it's really good, but it is the hardest comp in the history of the game to learn. It's not something that Penguins should be playing.
Giz is a good Diva though. They were looking good on it in preseason scrims and stuff, and in the preseason matches, it was good.
It's just the Diva comp isn't just relying on the
Diva
being
of course,
a good player. It relies a lot on your DPS to just like kill everything, but it's just too inconsistent. I feel for you to expect a Harmony to your team to be effective with.
Yeah, it's like more map specific too. Like it's really good on like in the current map pool, like Pariso, for example. But they're trying to run it on. They tried to run it on Shambali, right? Or am I mistaken?
Which one?
The Diva comp.
I think so.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Where it's like it's not that great on Shambali. So yeah, I think if they like play the Diva comp on maps where it's good, like Pariso, like even Numbani, it's like pretty decent, at least for the first point. They'll like get more success out of it, and like even though ball is like going out of the meta, they look really good on ball. I'd like to see them play it more.
Yeah, I mean, it's just still a solid comp. Like I think they should just be playing to what they're good at instead of just trying to play stupid meta.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw this. I know that you mentioned the Chobi Mercy earlier. I know for whatever reason, Bernie is like really proud of Chobi's Mercy. He's like,
really?
I don't really know like a whole ton of like fantastic. Oh, we're gonna put him in 4K.
Oh shit!
Like I never really say this about main supports that like their Mercy is like exceptional, but like for Chobi, it's like I feel that way. Chobi's a great Mercy.
Okay. Well, I'm pressing X to doubt there.
I'm saying Bernie.
Or maybe he
does,
said the
like-
exact opposite.
He's hype. No, he thinks Chobi's the best main
I'm gonna
support in the
say,
tier.
Oh, I know
Yeah.
he thinks Chobi's the best main
Bernie
support.
loves.
But does
Chobi
he?
main support.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
He thinks
Yeah.
he's the best
That's
main support in the tier.
crazy.
That was
Okay,
like that was like 2 shows
I-
ago, right? He goes, he's like, yeah, not unironically, Chobi is the best Mercy or the best main support in the tier, and
He is
everybody
huffing
else,
some shit.
That is a
everybody else in the
huff.
cast and the chat was just like, wait, you're serious?
Okay, I think Chobi has good neutral game. Like, and starter fights he's really good. He's especially on Lucio, his like amps are really good and his aura management is really good. His beats are some of the worst I've ever seen. Like, it's crazy.
Holy shit.
Hey, Wooly, settle a bet. Who's better, me or him?
You guys are both terrible.
Oh, I know.
He has a better neutral game, but you have like a better like supports and that sort of stuff, like ults and that sort of stuff. I think you guys are like. I don't think either of you are bad. I think you are both like
Mid.
I
mid,
do.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I think you guys are similar sort of levels, but have like different strengths.
Yeah.
Somebody said in chat, how are people thinking Chobi is the peak MS? It's because it's his coach.
Yeah. Bernie is just
Oh.
coping.
It's his coach. Oh, that's why.
Bernie has some opinions.
I brought
If you
this
don't
up
think
to-
Scythe is the best main support, I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
He's not even the best
Scythe-
coach on his team.
It's like
Like KK doesn't think that Scythe is the best main support. They think it's Thigh. Or wait,
Die?
what?
no. What am I?
Scythe?
Yeah, they don't think it's Scythe. They like
Scythe is actually a pretty good main support. He's
No,
been,
yeah,
he's like,
it-
he was playing flex
yeah.
support to start,
Shut up,
and-
Harvey.
and then he flexed over to main support because Drowsy didn't want to play main support.
Mhm.
And Thai is he's just a smart player, you know. So he understands.
Yeah,
main support.
I was right. Yeah. That's what like if you talk to Navino, like Navino doesn't even think or Null. They don't think it's Thigh. They don't think it's Scythe. They think Scythe, like at least Navino, I know for sure.
From when I screamed KK, I mean I never saw Scythe.
Yeah, I didn't either actually. In the most recent KK scrim I've had.
that's really odd. Scythe is like was one of the best main supports in Discord tier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Which is like a different than play styles.
Titanic's just
That
The
is
flex
sick.
god.
That is really
Mhm.
good. Yeah.
he's the flex god. Let's be honest here.
Like
Yeah,
every
real.
character.
Main support's such a weird role though. Like beyond the KK main supports, I don't know who I would put like up on the list. Eagle's a very good like mechanical
yeah.
player, but I think the intangibles and like knowing how that whole works behind the scenes isn't as great, but
Eagle's like, he knows what he's talking about, right? He's ult tracking and ult planning is pretty good. Sometimes he just gets tilted. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's a lot of Glimpse is also really fucking.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would put Glimpse up there and like.
Oh yeah, Glimpse. Wait, yeah, I completely even forgot about her. Yeah, she's great.
She's so good.
We can talk
Mm.
about her later.
We'll talk about her later.
Yeah, we can get back on
Um,
topic.
Well, I mean,
I
we
didn't
did-
watch the bracketology, so I need.
Oh,
I
we
didn't know
had-
that Bernie was crazy.
Did you see the bracket? Did you see the bracket we had?
I saw that you guys hated Geo, and I was like, I'm not.
I tried my
That was
hardest.
good.
I tried my
Hey.
absolute hardest, Wooly.
Hey, well,
But we had FB or no, we had flashbacks losing the Penguins as well.
That's crazy. You guys are crazy. What?
I know. That's what I said. That's what Capital said too. He's DM'd me afterwards, and he's like, "What the fuck did you just let happen?" And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
No, you guys are crazy. Flashbacks is like, I said this in Geo team chat one
That
time.
was
I think
nasty.
Flashbacks might be the best team now, and I'm not capping.
Well,
They were scrimming. I
It-
scrimmed them in 3-5 for
yeah,
my master's team.
Geo would know. Geo would.
They were
Yeah, we screamed them, and I don't think we played that bad, and we lost every map.
They're currently 0-8. It's our script.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we can get into that then.
Scrimbucks.
Let's get into
I'll
the
be
Scrimbucks
honest.
conversation. So
Wait,
Scrimbucks Stock
hold on.
Exchange. No, I'm kidding.
You have to have one thing.
Yeah.
Since I need to bring back up Bernie. Bernie owes 4 of you a Mets Gaming T-shirt. From
he actually?
the bracketology, he said that if Mets Gaming win, then he will buy a Mets Gaming shirt. For it was Nerf Chobi, Pasty, and Sticko.
At Bernie.
That's all.
At
Let's go.
Bernie.
Hey.
He also said he's 15 minutes away from me after I told him this, so I'm kind of scared.
The personal
He's on
package delivery.
Snap map.
No, he actually like he had to move back from college, and he lives like really close to me. Here, let me go
Let's-
see him.
Alright, yeah,
Get him
take
on
a
the
little
cross.
detour. Get him over here.
Alright, I got it.
Let's talk about I'm debating. We're gonna skip the one segment really quickly. I'm debating if we want to talk about KK or flashbacks first.
Up to you. I mean, I can just choose whichever.
Yeah, I know you can.
Just
Let's
flip a coin.
since we're doing like the whatever stock
Since we mentioned
exchange,
glimpse.
the Scrimbuck stock exchange. Let's talk about KK Geo first, since
Woo!
apparently Geo are just the worst team of them in flashbacks.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's talk about
Cannot
Geo.
lose to KK.
They cannot lose to KK ever since the Bard Watch allegation squashed. Ever since I was on the team, you know, they've decided we're never losing to Koala Kings again. That rivalry is done.
That is a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
I was
it
looking
really
at it.
is.
It is
Geo-
it is a 3-year rivalry in the making.
Yeah. So it's a long one, and here they are. I mean, these are two teams I could if Geo played the way they did in that match, I could see them easily making finals. Same with KK, who I've been high on all season, and they definitely proved me wrong. But that's okay. They still look really strong. Geo, you want to walk us through the Geo process, because obviously you guys were slumping in stage 2. But it went straight back to form in this match.
Yeah, I mean, we were just trying to play comps that we weren't good at, I think was the biggest thing.
Mhm.
So, like, after we lost to Strix, I was just like, okay, we're playing more Queen. And Eagle was like, I want to play more Ana. And I was like, bet. So when we're playing Ram, we play a double flex support, and it works well for us. It like
Mhm.
plays to our win conditions more. And we're playing more Queen, and she got a fucking giga buff.
Oh
And
yeah.
we have the best Queen in Harmony, so
Mhm. Oh, I can see that.
I
Okay,
gotta hype my boy up. MVP voting is out.
Kumpu's name, or Kumpu, I just read him off straight off the thing. Kumpu's name in the geometric server is still stage 3,
Yeah.
or week 3 player of the week. Which
Yeah.
is really funny to me.
It's very funny. Also, we got Jer back. Like, that was a big proponent
That's
of
a
why
big
we
one, yeah.
slumped. Jer was grounded for like most of stage 2.
Did you
Trust
put
Jer
Jer-
to get
So
grounded?
funny.
Did you put Jero for most improved player?
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
put
you should have.
sign up. I put sign
You
up.
you absolutely should have. Jer is so good, and
He's so happy I'm banned.
yeah, yeah. In warm-ups last week, I think he slept 2 nano blades. Jer was fucking fuming. But yeah, it was
like he's like, he was a player that I played with him back in season 7, and I really liked the guy, but I never thought he was like a super phenomenal elite DPS. But oh my god, Jared this season is looking so good, and you can even tell that his impact in the lobby is so substantial. When he's there, it's a lot cleaner for Geo.
We just need that like boyish whimsy that they provide, you know.
Yeah.
He's so funny, man.
Jared is
is,
the
yeah.
funniest person, like that one of the funniest people I've met, you know. Just comes up with the most random bullshit, and it's just like you can't be tilted when you're playing on a team with
Yeah.
Jared.
He sent me a clip a couple weeks ago from back in season 7. It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah, I
we're all
remember.
sitting there in lobby, like waiting for the map to start, and then he just starts taking a piss, and we're like, Jared, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I forgot to mute. The kid is so funny.
It was such a loud piss too. It was crazy. Yeah, I love that kid. He's so he's like, because he played with Gio in season 8, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And he was good then, but and he fed a lot, and he still feeds a lot. But he has he's thinking now when he plays the game.
Yeah.
Like he's talking about, oh, I want to do this, and it's like, oh damn, that's smart. Who taught you how to do that? And it's like it's not us, because he doesn't ask for VOD reviews. He's just like taken a
He's just
season off
thinking
of
now.
Trank, and like just got smarter.
I mean, back then it was though also the Ashes and the Dong show. Like those two were
Yeah.
like absolutely like star players. But Jer has definitely come into his own this season.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Churd as well is a player like I absolutely like adored Churd from like his tank arc back last season. I didn't rate his DPS super highly at the beginning, but he's also improved a ton.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
so-
all of our DPS have improved a lot.
Mhm.
Like side up, I think I've told this story before, but we ran like 2 weeks of trials for Geo. The first week, sign up trialed. I wasn't there, and Chad was like, "We can't pick this guy up. He absolutely sucks." And then the second week, I turned up the trials, and sign up pounded on Tracer, absolutely pounded. And I'm like, Chad, what are you talking about?
There
This
was a
guy-
bidding war for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sign ups.
Wait, was there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
There was
a
like
big
it
one.
was like Luminous, Mets, you guys, and like GP were all like bidding for him.
Stick,
And
I
maybe
didn't
even
know
some
that.
others.
Stick, we suck at bidding wars.
Our
man.
team could have been great, man. Imagine.
Dude.
But yeah, like
Gizmo Adamo.
sign up has improved so much.
Sign
And
up.
he's like constantly looking to improve. He's always asking for VOD reviews, and like, yeah, he grinds so hard. He grinds so hard that he burnt out of the game really bad. Like that was a part of like why we weren't great in stage 2 as well. Is because sign up burned out.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he took a week break. He's back better than ever, and yeah, and like we picked up Bard too. Bard went fucking
Why?
crazy. Okay, there is a good reason. There is a good reason. I know everyone's looking at it like 4 DPS. What the fuck is Willy cooking? So I wasn't sure when Jer was gonna get ungrounded. Jer didn't know when they were gonna get ungrounded. So I was like, fuck.
This is
because Churd and Signup are both fucking
This TP Koala
traveling
Kings.
overseas. Are both traveling overseas at different points. So I would have only had 1 DPS. Like,
Oh
I
my
need it.
god.
I need another
Yeah.
DPS. So now we've got 4. And Jer's back.
Just
I mean,
want to say.
that's what it was last season. We had like 4 like bench players we would rotate through, and that's why we went to map 5 so frequently.
Revolutionist win.
Rev is like purely as a backup, so we don't get rulebooked again. That's all I'm gonna say on that, because otherwise it opens a can of worms.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
If I speak, I'll
Question.
be in big trouble.
Why?
Via Circle of Suck, because Bard lost 4-0 to Mets Gaming, does that mean that Geometric technically loses to Mets Gaming?
When did Bard lose
Yes.
to Mets?
he
rang,
ranked for
right?
Exhilaration,
Oh, okay.
but he was on tank, so
Mm.
it'd probably be 3-1 actually. But
Circle of Suck denied. Speaking of Circles of Suck though, I do want to touch on this. We'll talk about KK a little bit, but I don't know why. My big fear is that wait, does this even make sense? Let me you guys talk about KK for a second while I make sure that this thought process makes sense.
Koala Kings,
Wall
they're a team.
Kings.
Yeah, they are.
They,
They are comprised of
they
players.
shouldn't be in Harmony. That team's sick.
They've
Okay.
played
That team
for
is really
3
good.
years.
Okay,
and
so
like,
this
5, 7
this
seasons.
is my thought process, my big fear. So we've seen KK lose to Geo both times. And I said this before that this is like a rock paper scissors situation. I hope not. It's like KK could beat Doodles, Doodles beat Geo, and then Geo beat KK. I'm just throwing Doodles in there out of like my fear that they beat
We're
Geo.
defining a circle of
Your
sun.
trauma.
I
Your doodle trauma.
I don't want to pick Doodles, and there's only one reason. It's not because of playoff Doodles or
No one
anything.
wants them.
You know is gonna get PTSD. That's
Yeah, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
as for me, like he
Oh, I
does
love
not want to
Gino.
play Doodles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't want him to have the Chobi effect and like boom people because Yuno's usually so like fucking positive and funny. I don't
love
want him
Yuno.
to like play against Doodles and like get boomed. So,
Mhm.
I miss you.
but it's like Xeno is like specifically because of that GP loss. Like you talk to anyone that's like was on that GP team and they have PTSD from that
Yeah,
grand
they
finals
do.
game.
They
It's
absolutely
crazy.
do. When you guys send them like on Twitter when it's like, oh, like the Penguins player has a bad take, let's send them a picture of the Doodles logo. Like they actually have like a panic attack. Like I'm not kidding.
Yeah, dude.
Please stop.
You guys have no
like,
idea how many times I've DM nerfed about that image and asked for emotional support.
Yeah, the amount of like it's like I'm happy to do it, Sicko, but like there comes a point where it's like this is
Nerds
getting
is
to
just the
me. Like I'm scared
Jonesy
of
is the
Noodles
Penguin
too,
counselor.
but
Jonesy can't be a Penguin counselor. He was one of the people that lost. He needs to be
I know.
counseled.
I'm telling you, every time I'm hanging out with Jonesy and Galactic VC, it's just us two. It's just a therapy session.
yeah.
Hey, Jonesy, you remember we lost to
Trank therapy.
Doodles?
But I think if our mentals there, we beat Doodles.
Yeah.
Like, so if Jazz in the lobby, we'll be fine. I know.
Mhm. What about KK though?
Young's
'Cause
fallen
we've
off.
spent this whole time gassing out Geo. KK were my favorites to win it all. I think 3 out of the 4 people on bracketology had them winning. I think we had them winning. They looked strong, but I mean this is definitely not the result that we expected.
Who was we?
I always believed in Geo.
Everybody was low on Geo, except for
Oh,
like
look at
I
that
was trying
shot,
my
dude.
hardest to be high on Geo.
No one
But
expected Geo to win, yeah.
I was always high on Geo, but that might just me being part of the Geomania.
I
Yeah.
think so. Like I was in the same boat as you, Pasty. It's like I really think this team is good, but is that me coping? Like, is it just because I managed them last season? Like, I don't know. But
I think KK like still played well this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think you can discount them. I think they're still like
Oh god damn.
could be championship favorites
Sure, my
because
God.
it went to 5 last fight. It went to 5 last fight. So
Mhm.
Unbelievably nasty.
yeah, I gotta say their Wrecking Ball comp was really good.
Mhm.
I wasn't expecting that because Red Knight's Wrecking Ball in the past has been just feed his brains out, but he's actually playing like pretty smart and he has good uptime, which is I think the most important thing on ball.
Mhm.
So yeah, and his RAM is like pretty good too. So
Mhm.
if they just run RAM and Wrecking Ball, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
I know this was about like a month ago, but how well do we think? How do I word this? Because it was a long time ago that what's his name? Blitz got dropped.
Yeah.
I feel like we haven't really seen the effects of that show its head. I think Red Knight has definitely like being able to take over and like play everything, like I think that's been fine. But I do wonder like how much that has affected, like, because Red Knight was never like the most flexible tank in the past.
I mean, neither was Blitz. From what I
Yeah.
remember, Blitz is like quite literally like strictly a Sigma player.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people would say. Is it was like Blitz was the Sigma and Red Knight would play like the Reinhardt. So
The joy of Koala Kings.
Yeah. Blitz was a Sig one trick. He like pulled out the Doom and it wasn't like too bad, but yeah, I don't think Blitz getting dropped really affects much of anything.
Mhm.
And like they have Sarif who replaced Cameron,
Yeah.
who is like probably a little bit better than Cameron. Yeah, they're still such a top quality team.
Mhm. Do you think they can still make finals? You think they're still
Yeah,
a finals
absolutely.
bound?
Yeah.
I think Hawkins
Yeah.
are still the best team.
I do too. I think they just can't beat Geo. Like
I think
I'm
Geo's not good tonight yet.
yeah. I
If you see a
genuinely
Geo
think that.
Kings finals,
I would love that.
I want that.
Run it
I
back,
want
run
that.
it back.
Hmm.
that'd be really fun to watch.
That would be the across leagues, the 4th Geo versus Marsupial. Grand
Finals or just match? Oh my
Jesus.
god.
Grand finals, yeah.
Wow.
The history is crazy.
Those teams go
Got
way back.
monopolies on good players.
It's like we talk about like MI7 versus Rem. Like this is the rivalry. This is the rivalry.
League Zero just breeds good players.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, KK. Definitely, I'm mad as a Luminous player.
You wanted to play us?
I so badly wanted to play you. I was like, okay, this is our route to the champ bracket. We're gonna beat FBRD. It's gonna be really easy, and then we're gonna run into
Damn.
Geo, and Geo are struggling, and they're gonna be so tilted after they lost to KK, and it'll be fine. We'll make it to champ bracket, and then you guys beat KK. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
you guys
I
got
think
it. You guys got
People.
this. You guys got it.
No. No
Yeah.
nerf to the next champ bracket this season.
Like, I'd love to be proved wrong because I loved Luminous, but the worlds in which Luminous beat KK are few and far between.
I believe.
Out of 100, I don't even know if we have one.
Ghost and
Like,
Joe
you guys
hold
would
it
have
down.
1 out of 100 at least.
One out of 100. There's a
At
1%
least.
What if, like,
chance Luminous
What
wins
if like
that.
every single person on Quacking's internet goes out like
True.
mid-match?
That's
I'm
true.
on it.
If Navino DMs me for anything, like,
The
hey, we need a
marsupial
reschedule, we
gaming
need
house.
like a ringer, I'm real booking the absolute shit out of him. And I will admit that right here that if like something happens where like a KK player is not able to show up, that was me. I did that, and it is completely within, or not. It is completely with like outside
Within the
of
rule.
my rightful limit to do that. I am not doing this legally.
You need to call in a bomb, a fucking tactical nuke on the marsupial gaming house.
Mm,
I can't tell if that was your bomb or if that was you going.
no, it's like,
Phone noise.
should we? Capital's here though, so I think it's time we talk about the other big upset.
Ew.
Yeah.
Where
Ew.
he and Pasty got banned. Oh.
Yeah, we
Flashbacks
shouldn't talk
versus
about that.
I
Geo.
want to speak, but
Well,
first
not Flashbacks versus Geo. That's the next week's match. But it's Flashbacks on the comeback.
It needs to come
I'm so
back.
happy.
Mid-decks to comebacks.
What
They
the fuck's
beat
happening to my
Pulse Champ.
camera? Ah,
Oh my god.
why is it's just on stream? Fine in Blood Ninja. Oh, there you
I
go.
know.
It's fixed.
So happy because I
So,
love Xeno and
Pasty, I know
Pasty.
you don't like hyping up your team. Wooly, you seem pretty adamant about Flashbacks being the best team, so I'll let you
Yeah.
spearhead this segment.
They're putting Schuster on tanks that he can play.
Yep.
That's what I was saying all season that they need to do, and they look really good. They look really, really good. I gotta say, Bewell and Milan, fucking hard, fucking on Hanzo.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Nuts.
crazy. Like in our scrims and our warm-ups that we've had against them, a Bard on Tracer has just done nothing. He's just been headshot every time he peeks.
Yeah.
It's Bewell and Milan are both just going absolutely crazy. I'm glad that
Mhm.
one of them got picked for the like the community, the staff pick rather,
Yeah.
because they both deserve it. They're
Yeah.
both
Mhm.
playing out of their minds, and Schuster,
Yes.
like I said before, is playing tanks he's good at.
Yep.
So it's really good.
You pair them with Xeno as well. I really, really think that if not, like this DPS line is only possibly second to Seraph Ascend. That's the only DPS line I would put over them. I think.
Love you.
Yeah, that's,
mean-
I think that's fair.
I've been a big believer that Bewell has been one of the most underrated players in Harmony tier for like what 4 or like 3 seasons now.
Yeah.
Bewell's consistently been like one of the best players in the tier,
Hmm.
if not the best at their role.
B-Well's just never had a good team. Like, I'm pretty sure he's played for.
FBRD.
Especially not this
No,
season.
this season.
Didn't he play twice for
Damn.
like in F9?
It was
Or he played
FBRD
twice
one
F972
season.
and FBRD.
No,
He won
Like,
F9 7
Nemesis,
too. No.
They were on NEM season 8 and then
Yeah.
B-Well was never. I swear B-Well was on an
Flashback season 9 and
F972
10.
team.
I don't think so.
maybe before my time.
No, because I came here in the first season of F972. B-Well was on FBRD that season.
Ah. Yeah, I feel like B-Well just hasn't been on like
Yeah, no.
a great team until.
FBRD did
season.
struggle that season.
But yeah. I offered B-Well a spot on Trig, but he didn't feel confident enough to take it. But he would have been fine in Discord.
Yeah.
What
I
could
was
have
supposed to
been?
be on a team with B-Well, but the team fell through. I'm so sad. Not for Trank, but it's just true. One of the greatest tragedies of our time.
One of the BPL iterations.
I think it was UGC.
Oh.
I don't remember. Waffle House Gaming.
Oh yeah, that was UGC. So everything's going right for flashbacks. I mean, this was a match that they lost previously in the season.
They got rolled last.
They
like,
got
last
rolled, yeah.
episode.
And I think that we can finally say that the Copers were right. It was because Pasty wasn't there. Congratulations, Pasty.
There it is.
I've
There it
been
is.
saying this since week. Was it 4? I don't know.
No, but you
Nah.
just hate Pause Champ. They still were they're still like a top 4 team easily.
I actually watched this match because I wanted to just.
You hate watching.
No, I wasn't actually this time. Like I knew you would say that, Nerf.
This time.
So I was genuinely watching to like see like what was wrong and what like Pod Champs could do better as a team. And I was talking about this with like Jimbo and Phantom, I think. But Pod Champs needs to stop playing the Junker Queen comp because I think they're good. Like they're good on their Diva comp. We've seen that before. But I think Apathy was saying they're just playing troll comps at this point. But like they came out on Doom, they came out on Hog. Yeah,
Yeah,
they are not. Stop You does not know how to play the Junker Queen. Junker Queen is a great character, but he does not know how to play it, and forcing it is not working well, clearly. Because if Flashbacks is playing Ram, and they're still getting the Junker Queen is getting rolled. Like he barely ever uses his like axe slash. I was actually just watching this back because he's just not good at Junker Queen, and they need to stop playing it unless they want to like hard scrim it and genuinely get Stop You to learn how to play Junker Queen. It's not going to work.
Yeah, I could see that. Somebody else
Yeah.
I heard open their mouth.
You were ready for me to actually care.
Oh yeah, you
Guys, I thought it was
did your
pretty cool,
research.
but I mean, I think
Congratulations.
it's fair. I agree.
I don't think they play around the JQ either. Like I don't think that DPS play around it very well.
Yeah.
They play really well with like the Ramatra, or like they play well with Doomfist, right? I don't know. They haven't played any Junker Queen before, and like it showed. But
They were a Diva team back in stage 1.
Yes,
That's what they were best at.
Diva's still really good. Diva's still probably like maybe the best tank in the game.
Stop You is
AP
also a
player.
really good Diva. Stop You has kind of been a Diva 1 trick for like 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
And they've
Stop
just
you probably
stopped.
the best. Diva
Well,
team.
last season it was like, like all tank, like all off tank players played
Yeah,
Diva.
yeah, I know. I'm still saying like he was. Like, I mean, besides
Yeah,
when he
I
swapped to
get you, I
Overwatch
get
2,
you,
he
yeah.
was kind of just like before the swap, he was 100% just a Diva 1 trick, and like he's good at the Diva. So
As all
I
non-pros
don't,
were.
yeah, I don't know why they like stopped doing it. Like I like honestly like Formless is good at the. Formless has been a Sombra 1 trick and has been good at the Sombra. I don't really know all that much about Nova, but like I don't know. I just feel like they could be better. Like this team should be really in sync, and they're just like it feels like they're like just not putting their all into it.
Yeah.
I feel like
I
they're
mean,
becoming complacent. Like I feel like they're not improving since like stage 1 at all, and other teams have improved a lot. So it's like other teams catching up to them.
I mean, I was
Do you
talking
think
with.
they got cocky or? Oh, sorry.
I could see that. I don't really know what's going on with them. I was talking with Bernie about it because this is the other team that he bet the house on. And he was just like, yeah, I don't know because it's like PosChamp are clearly the best team, but for whatever reason, they're just like something is wrong. Because he's like obviously like hard prepping for like the GP match against them. He's like, I don't know what's up with this team. Like they just did not look like at the form that they've been playing at. So I don't know. I don't know what's wrong in the PosChamp camp. I mean, it's one loss, and
Yeah.
like it's against a team who Wooly thinks is the best team.
Yeah.
Has been consistently improving week to week and was like preseason, like arguably like one of the top teams, and now I think has achieved our expectations for them. Still a loss though, and it wasn't nearly it was not nearly as close as I would have thought it was, especially that new Queen Street was.
After map 1, it like fell apart. Like they played pretty well on map 1 with the. I mean, they had a crutch in Farah as a crutch hero, but I mean they still won it. And like they still played pretty well. Like I rewatched the Caden stream because I wanted to like hear their comms. And like their comms were really good in map 1, and like they were having good macro engagements and that sort of stuff. And they didn't sound super boomed like in the other ones, but they were panicked. Like they weren't expecting flashbacks to give them that sort of challenge.
Yeah.
And they didn't know what to do. Like in the first map, they like had good macro calls. They like knew what their win conditions and that sort of stuff were, but they just lost it as the game went on.
Yeah.
I think it is kind of scary for PosChamps. Like they've lost 2 games in a row, 2 matches in a row now, and from what I've heard, like is Potato still like coaching them? Because from what I've heard, Potato has either stopped coaching them or isn't showing up as much.
They didn't show up.
I mean,
They didn't show up this week.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think Potato showed up this week, and if Potato isn't coaching anymore, then like I feel like that's also gonna be that's 3 big blows in a row that I don't know if they're gonna be able. Like they could I feel like GP could win this, but I don't feel like it's like the most difficult match for PosChamps like that they could have had. But
I mean, you're preying on their downfall anyways.
I mean, I have PosChamps winning.
Oh.
Against GP.
Well, just spoil it, Jesus.
Jeez, oh my
Wyatt,
god.
can't let you on this damn show ever. Can't take
Gotta
you
wait
anywhere.
till the end of the show.
Hey,
God damn
you're
it,
gonna be
Bubba.
happy. You're gonna be happy. I'm finally like in support of PosChamps.
I can't take this
Be
kid anywhere.
happy at the end of the podcast.
This is the first time he's been in support of PosChamp since he got kicked off the team. That's crazy.
That's
I
true.
didn't
So
Um,
much shit for it.
That is a character arc.
He's improving. I think definitely, not the worst thing in the world for PosChamp. I don't know. I think they can definitely bounce back. I think we kind of, I don't know, maybe that's on me, but I feel like we presented this segment a lot more negatively in PosChamps, like in terms of PosChamp than we should have. It's not the end of the season for them. Not at all.
No, god no.
Yeah,
It was a
well,
super winnable game,
Mhm.
right? And they can bring it back, 100%. It's
Easily.
like, I mean, Geo had a slump, right?
Yep.
And we
Yep.
came back, beat KK, so they can come back and like get back to where they were before too.
I think that PosChamp. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of people in the community down on them after this loss, but I think they could definitely do it. But let's backtrack a little bit because there was in our outline one little topic that we skipped over, which is Clairvoyance versus Strix, and absolutely phenomenal match. It went the distance. With Clairvoyance, I was rooting for Clairvoyance here, even though I love the Strix players. I've just been a Clairvoyance fan. I see them go down 2, and I'm like, damn, it's over. And then I see them go back up 2, and I'm like, oh, it's happening. And then they lost.
Whatever.
Man. But this was a really good match. I think both teams. I did not expect a whole ton out of Strix after their Troy's been harping about it, like the Strix playoffs never good arc, but they looked good. They looked really good here against a team that I thought had a lot of like upset potential coming into the playoffs.
I think this was a great game. I gotta shout out Maniacal, who has been like really inconsistent throughout the season, but this game he went fucking crazy. It was like the best game he's played all season. It's a shame they didn't get the win off it, because he played so incredibly well. It was crazy. He was like hard diffing on Tracer when he was playing hit scans. He was doing amazing. What I would have liked them to see is like what I would have liked them to see do is like keep Addison on carry heroes too, because they played May the whole time, Addison, but played May well, right? Their walls were really good and like fight winning at times, but Addison's Sojourn is really good. I would have liked to see them stay on that. And I think both tanks had really quiet games, which is like both of these tanks can carry these teams, like Nevermore and Impact, but I think that they both were just like really quiet this game, which was odd.
Didn't have as much impact.
Yeah. That's
I think
funny.
they just
That's funny.
I think that they're just like so evenly matched that like you just like don't feel their impact as much. God damn it.
I think it's really important to preface how impactful this game is for the rest
Stop it. No more. We're gonna get canceled, guys.
This sucks. Can we just end it here?
Yeah,
Thanks
that's
for
it,
watching,
guys.
We're gonna have to end it here because Bubble Wyatt and Sicko are
too impactful.
Actually, I'm not gonna make another. No, I was gonna make a pun, but this time with rat. I was gonna call you guys rats.
No one would have got it.
Alright, bye guys.
I know they wouldn't have.
We're being too maniacal for you.
But I think that the tanks being so evenly matched allowed for the DPS to just like they were able to like open up and do a lot more. I think Koala looked really good here, and Rat looked really good here. I haven't been like super hyper focused on Strix this season, but I thought this was one of the better series that I've seen out of Rat, so that was very cool to see.
I think Jimbo had a great game too.
Jimbo did too, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like honestly the silent carry of Strix. He maybe he's not so silent, I don't know, but I always see him playing like really well, and not enough talk about him like in the top flex support, I think. But yeah, he played really well this game. He just stays alive so long and gets value out of that. Crazy.
He won the Navino Player of the Week back in, I don't know, week like
oh, that's true, yeah.
4. Whenever I missed that for the early week.
As prestigious as the Nerf Player of the Week.
Oh, of course.
I actually prefer the Choi Player of the Week.
Choice, yeah.
You have to pay for that.
It used to be.
Yeah, you have to pay.
That's actually true. Like
no one bought it.
No, somebody did buy it.
Wait, someone bought it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Brady, you know?
Brady definitely did not buy it.
No, Brady definitely did, right?
I don't remember who
Shady
bought it, but
23.
somebody bought Player of the Week. Oh,
Should I call him right now?
Yeah, call him
Someone
right
out.
now.
Oh, wait,
Get
he's
him
not
on
online.
FaceTime.
it used to be
He's
presented by Nerf, but at some point
there you
throughout
go,
the season
Capital.
I stopped sponsoring.
Katie bought it.
She did buy it, yeah. Okay.
That guy's a fucking trillionaire. But everyone optic jerseys.
This was a. Oh, I have to think of a different word now.
Amazing.
This. Oh my god.
Amazing game.
He's not even in the lobby right now.
I know, but he's on the team, right?
I know, yeah.
Man, we're so fast with this. Call us Quicksilver.
Shut the fuck up.
I don't know. That one was just some guy.
God,
the one doesn't even make sense.
I'm tired of these puns. Nevermore.
This match had a lot of implications
Send
for
him Diane.
clairvoyance.
Becoming maniacal, guys.
I already made that joke. I already said that one.
Too bad. I stole it. Nothing's original on the
Alright,
internet.
that's. I'm calling my
Hey,
friend.
guys,
Yo,
I'm
you
just
know
some
there's a
guy.
koala
I'm just some
outside.
guy.
I think there's a koala outside my window.
You
Honestly,
do live in Australia.
Ask him how old he is.
Yeah, he tells me he's 79.
Hold on,
I'm gonna start this
can I call my friend
associating.
real quick? Yo, Jimbo, come over here.
There.
He's a self-stretches, dude. They're awful.
He's the worst.
It's getting worse. And it was like fine when it was just impact, and then it was like okay, maniacal also made sense, and it's like the more and more players we've added to this, like it's just gotten so much
More?
more.
You mean Nevermore?
You can't get
No, I
mad at
don't
some
mean
guy on the
Nevermore.
internet.
I've lost control.
You act like
I-
you're
I don't think you have the vision, you know, the clairvoyance.
Oh my god.
You're like
There's no way out of this. There's no way out of this. I don't
probably
know what
wishes
to
we'd
do
die.
anymore. Eh?
That one was good. That one was pretty good. Oh, right as she Ajaxed. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
I have
What
a
are we
question
talking
for you guys, real quick.
Okay.
Would you guys say that we would be considered part of the pantheon of Trank?
Ooh.
Why do I do this? Why do I do this?
Oh no, we made enough
Ooh.
quit.
Why do I do this?
Oh, sorry. I was just pretending to be a Strix.
What? Like,
that was that. Okay,
What? I
Bubba.
didn't even
Nah,
get
no
that
one, no one knows what Strix means. I had to look it up.
Bird.
No, it's a bunch of owls.
okay.
No.
I'd say Bubba would also be considered part of the pantheon, but I think he might just be some guy.
Okay, we have to stop. We have to stop.
He's not really making an impact, to be honest with you.
We have. Where were we even? Like,
I don't know. I'm lost.
Shut up, you rat.
did we? What have we talked about in terms of these two teams?
Nothing.
Things probably.
No, I
I'd
mean, I talked
imagine.
about their tanks and Ayacle.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
that happened.
I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to move on. I'm so
Everybody knows
sorry,
what Gehenna-
clairvoyance.
We don't give a rat's ass anymore.
Does anybody,
Yeah, sorry guys.
does anybody know what Gehenna means? Oh, I can't use Gehenna. Gehenna's not a good one.
I think there's a clairvoyance player in chat. I'm sorry, we're moving on. I
Jimbo's
can't.
in there as
I
well. Yo, what's
can't.
up, Jimbo?
We talked about GP Chrysalis. FBRD.
Womp.
We're not gonna talk about Luminous because they suck. The Price is Right losing sounds. Dust coughing rubber duckies. That's crazy. FBRD went out in pretty early fashion. And for the core of Ace High, who were able to take down the Penguins, although apparently that's not a hard feat anymore.
Don't worry,
Ace High core took down the Penguins last season. Ended up going to champ bracket and losing. What was the score against Geo? Was it?
It was 4-3.
4-3. We
Yeah,
went the
it was
distance.
4-3. We did. We went to every time we went the distance.
I know, but I thought that we did like cleaner in playoffs.
No.
No.
That was
Were
the only.
we-
That was the. We played 2 games in champ.
Yeah, we did.
Nothing special.
But they made it to semis, and here they are going out in round 2 of the playoffs. I don't think a lot of people would have expected this to be FBRD season. We have them 6th in our preseason power rankings. Here they are, losing to Luminous Foxes without their best player.
Yeah, real.
Interesting tie.
Wait, actually real? Are you kidding me?
No, you're
Okay,
not the
good.
best player on that team.
Good.
If you're on DPS, maybe you would be, but you're on main support.
No, I'm not.
Nerfed on Junkrat only.
Yeah.
Oh,
Owen's
only
dis-
against lore. Only against
Only-
lore.
Yeah.
But,
Can we
yeah.
can we recreate the Mr. Yeti Sim clip with nerfed and lore?
I guarantee I can find it. Actually, I'm not sure if it'd still be posted. I probably wouldn't be, but there definitely was a moment where Nerfed killed Lure on Junk. Lure was also on Junk. I have that image like.
Oh, that would be on
It's
Lee
like
Jong.
in my mind.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it was on Nepal. I remember. I think it was Nepal
Oh, on
Sanctum.
Nepal, really?
Oh, Vex.
Yeah, on
What were
Nepal
you guys
Sanctum.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
Vex. You can do it this time. This time you got it.
Don't question us.
Yeah.
Yeah. woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do want to talk about.
That's my player of the week.
I do want to talk about FBRD though, because I think it just like shows how big of an impact Nova made. Like last season, we were. I remember in the Zarya meta, I was like, man, why aren't they playing Time more? And I think you can see like Nova made a massive impact on this team. He is like really good on pause champ this season too, on an off roll. So
I feel like Vex, Vex was talked about a lot with the Ace High roster, but just like how little people have been talking about FBRD.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's like Vex fell off, like, or like if Vex is still good, but like the roster itself isn't good. Like
I don't know.
I mean, it's
so
the same
as,
roster.
As the
It's
season
a
has
very good roster.
as the
Yeah,
season has
exactly.
progressed, like I always thought of Vex as the best player on Ace High, but as the season has progressed,
drug.
I've started to feel no. Wait, what?
Drug
I
wasn't
think
on
that I've
Ace
started
High,
to feel
stupid.
the
Oh, I
gap
thought you were talking about current
left
FBRD.
by Hypno and Nova. It does feel like there's a void there without those two players. I think Drug is definitely a great main support. I don't get what people are saying about Drug being the best main support in the tier. That's simply not true. Sorry,
That's
Drug.
you.
What is Vex
Sorry,
cooking?
It's
What is he
I-
doing?
Winning, that's what he's doing.
It's
I
okay.
think the thing
Cucumber
is-
dies here. See, I told you.
Ace High were so good at
Vex wins
like
these.
creating infinite space for
Yeah.
Vex and just giving Vex every resource in the world. And now Vex is on a team where you can off tank as your tank player on Ramatra, and it's just like a lot more difficult.
Mhm.
So
Well done, Sleepy G.
there's also
I think-
more resources being split to other people now, where they would just go to Vex normally.
Yeah. And going on to as well, like Drug. I don't know what you what you bring to the table, because like I've never been on a team with you, Drug. So like I don't know what your intangibles are. But I know from talking to Hish, who shall not be named, that I know that Hypno was a very, very like big player in terms of the comm structure of Ace High. So I like I said, don't know how you play into that, Drug. But I do know that Hypno was very, very important.
And you're not doing enough.
That's one of the things I remember.
Yeah,
about Ace High
Nap
last
says
season.
that you're trash.
It was
I'm
pretty
sorry.
apparent every
Yeah.
time you watch a Hypno stream last season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably did make himself a little bit louder in the stream, but that's besides the point.
It was just he talked more.
Yeah, he just talked a lot. It was
Yeah.
very good for him.
It was the one thing whenever I would scout Ace High, like whenever I'd like watch Ace High VODs just to see, like for F972 or for F972 when we'd be like, or when I thought we would possibly play them, I would just watch Hypno VODs and he would be the only one talking half the time.
Who was the missing DPS on FBRD? If they were to just like pick up
Cross.
the entire no,
Yeah,
not Cross.
Oh, I thought
Like
okay.
the missing one from Ace High. If they were to just pick up the
Sep.
entire Ace High,
Sep, yeah. I think so.
Sep, yeah.
Sep and Pug.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
Pug,
Pug was really good.
I'd get Pug.
Pug was really, really good.
Pug's in Discord tier. Pug actually just
Well,
just actually beat Nerf's Discord
Yep.
tier team.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
So
Pick
Pug
up
is
what they're
100%
good.
against me. Unfortunately, FBRD no. Okay.
I just
Yeah.
think FBRD did not understand their macro very well at all either. Like, I don't know. They played it well in that map. They played it pretty well actually. But when they go on the JQ comp later, and they're just all over the place. They don't seem to know like what target they should be going after, like when they should be using their cooldowns.
I'll say it right now. If there was ever a meta that Luminous were going to make a run in the playoffs on, it would be the one that just came out. So
Yeah.
there is that factor. But yeah.
It's really funny that you guys like are playing Koala Kings, who used to be like only playing Pharmacy, and now you guys are known for your Pharmacy and they barely ever play it.
Hey.
Funny as hell. I love Ty. Ty good Pharah. That's all I will say about Ty.
Oh, Tyler. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Ty fighting good Pharah.
I think that Luminous looks better off of the Pharah comps.
I think so too. We should never play Pharah. I hate Mercy.
Okay, continue to play Pharmacy, please, for the love of God. Who's your coach? I'm DMing them instantly.
Their Queen looks really good. Joash's Queen is very, very good, and like Ty is good at Genji and Echo, which like are both good in JQ comps. And
Ghost Sojourn has improved a ton.
Yeah, Ghost can play Tracer too.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it's a good meta for Luminous, and FPRD just didn't understand their win conditions this game.
Yeah.
And I don't want to all season.
Oh, it's nuts.
I did want to focus more on FPRD because it does feel like their season is an anomaly. But
yeah, like this roster on paper should be like
sick.
One of the best in the tier.
Yeah.
Like
I think Sleepy is a very good
like
replacement. I think Drug is a very good replacement. I wonder if it is just like the lack of like tank flexibility.
I think that's a big part of it.
And it's like nothing on Ty at all. It's just like they needed Nova.
I think they have a similar issue to that Penguins have as well, where it's just too many cooks in the kitchen. Everyone's trying to do their own thing.
Yeah.
And there's not enough resources to split amongst everybody. It's tough.
I wish we could play Cucumber every game.
Also, Soldier is dog shit.
Yeah.
Never play that character,
Yeah.
please. That character is
Kingdom.
terrible.
We haven't played that character in forever.
Oh no.
I forgot the character existed.
Ty puts these fucking balloons clips in
They
chat
make
as we're talking about
Sojourn
that.
standing there for fucking railgun. That character sucks.
That is not what I was paying you about, Nerf, but okay.
No, I know, but I saw that when you pinged me.
Ooh!
What?
You'll see.
What a minefield.
Oh!
Facts and
Love that.
shambles.
Sticko's still focusing on the mind, everybody else focusing about the falling off the map.
Wow, so good. I'm extremely positive.
Sticko's just a lot.
I'm known for my positivity.
Obviously, I'm excited about this match.
Ghost had.
I think, did everybody have FBRD winning this? I think we had FBRD losing, and I think it was 4-for-4 in terms of, I think Bowsy said it was going to be close, but he still had FBRD winning, so.
You can't trust Fish, dude. You can't trust Fish.
Gonna win.
I had you guys winning.
I think
You
I
had
might
us
have
winning.
gone Luminous too.
Really?
Just because I love
oh
Ghost.
yeah, I said I was an unbiased party. I wasn't going to vote on this one.
I'm biased.
at all.
I'm biased because I like Ghost. That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fine.
I think
guys
Ghost
win
is
against
sick
Ghost.
mechanics, but sometime that guy just walks in a straight line into the enemy team.
Wait, who's
And I
mechanics?
don't. Ghost.
Oh,
I feel like watching Ghost has sick mechanics, but that guy just walks into the enemy team.
That's
he
so.
knows
That's
that.
what makes him so
It's-
lovable. You can relate.
You don't want to shoot him.
I remember there was
Yeah.
one time I was watching Ghost play on Shambali on Cass, and the enemy team was on like Ryan Brawl. And he just walked in a straight line, and like the entire team just holding W and left click. It was the funniest thing I've seen in my entire life.
You can relate, Sticker. Why you love it?
What are you talking about? That's my job, brother. It's my job to hold W and left click.
So am I wrong?
It sounds like a no comment.
I plead the fifth.
I mean,
I do a bit of A and Bing in there as
You
well.
can't plead the fifth after you already spoke. That's not how
Shut
it
up,
works.
shut up, man, shut up.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I know Thora, man. All right, I know the law. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, whoa.
worries.
I just realized what time it is. It's nearing 1 a.m. And I think that we've talked enough about Luminous. Yeah.
oh my
Can't-
lordy lord.
I know Onigiri get mad when we talk
12:40.
about Luminous anyways, so sorry about
Brokey.
that. So speaking of Onigiri, that was a great segment. I'm so proud of that. Let's talk about the top 5 matches. In which the first one is Onigiri versus Strix. I don't think there's anything for me. Let's pull up the scores. I think
Oh,
this
here we
is
go.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Strix. I love
Yeah.
you.
I think it's gonna be close. I think Strix gonna make it really close. And I'm an Onigiri
no.
fanboy.
It's just I know it's just like
Love you,
last time we
Strix.
talked about Luminous. It's like somebody was like I don't know. It was either you or Husky or someone I don't know was complaining that we were talking about Luminous. Anyways, yeah, Onigiri win.
As,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be close.
No, me neither.
Strix have made
And the bronze
improvements.
Banter stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bronze Banter.
Sorry.
Yeah, we should do the thing like actual Bronze Banter has like a little like stinger where like they have like a picture. It's like like
Yeah,
Pose
they
for the
like
camera.
make
Gotcha.
poses.
Oh, yeah, apply that.
There's your stamp.
I don't think there's too much to this match. Although
For
I
all
said
5
that
people
about
together.
I didn't say that about Strix versus Onigiri. I thought that one was going to be close. Yeah, I think Onigiri are definitely the stronger team here.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go on to the next one. Which is one that we talked about a little bit. It is Geometric versus Flashbacks. I wanted to talk about this segment or this match earlier. But you know, I thought it's best that we stick together. Wow. I mean, okay, let's be honest. It's really 3 of
There's
us
an
going for
asterisk.
Geometric. Yeah, there's an asterisk next to Pasties. There's actually an asterisk here, anyways, because there won't
Boy.
they'll be missing their.
Pasties
I'm
their,
banned for this week.
yeah, they'll be missing
Yeah.
their flex support. And the last time that happened, it was no bueno.
That's so funny. Whatever.
That's all I've been saying. I've been saying that for a while.
Don't
now.
worry, Bubba plays flex support this week.
I
Banned
think he will
forever?
put
Wait, is that
5
real
every
capital?
play.
Are you banned forever?
I don't think it's
Coaching?
forever.
No, it's really for this season, right?
Here, I'll check the disciplinary actions.
That's
Can
so
no
funny.
longer
If it's
be a
no, that'd be
coach
such
for
so
management.
funny. if
Yeah,
that's
it's just this
forever.
season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So-
If it's
You're
forever,
removed
that'd
from
be
Hall of Fame.
so
Wait, yeah,
funny,
but we
man.
have very similar bands now.
Yippee.
Yay!
Wow,
Um,
Quincy's.
I went with
Capital.
Geo here because yeah, Pasty are gonna be gone, and you know last time we saw that it kind of fell to shit. But I
Honestly,
also am a
they
Geo
play
fan.
better without me. I'm just gonna be honest. If I'm there, it's
That's
just
what I'm
like
saying.
it's like a hard sweep. But I mean, when I'm not there, it's like a low sweep,
Yeah,
like a good 0-3.
yeah. Maybe they
Yeah.
take a couple
You-
objective
you win,
points
like-
here and there.
Yeah.
The closest
Then
3-0
maybe
you've
like a
ever
round
seen.
or two.
The closest 3-0.
With me there, we might get 20% on control.
Mhm. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
see.
actually, that's a good point. Why are you picking flashbacks?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Because
Well, why aren't
flashbacks
you?
are so cool.
I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
bias.
Because I will not, because if I pick anyone other than Geo in a Geo pred, I think Pomku will fly to Australia and choke me.
I know. I think there's a lot of potential for Geo to just fumble if they lose like the first map. I think Geo could have a very good chance just like crumbling and playing really like below expectations. They've done it a lot in the past. I think flashbacks are a team with the potential, especially considering they're down a player. I think Geo are gonna expect to win, and when that doesn't go their way, I think they're gonna like struggle a lot. So
Wyatt, you're the only other unbiased party here.
I want to be upset by this spread.
If that doesn't explain why you
I-
picked them.
I think, I mean, like you said,
He's got
pasty.
clairvoyance.
Yeah, Pasty,
We'll get to that.
like missing is big. It was like it was like I was bringing that up a lot when flashbacks lost to pause champs. and even like when they went down, was it 2 maps to Mafia first, or was it 1-1-1 loss? I don't remember. Whichever one it was, like
It wasn't a reverse sweep, I don't think.
I don't think it was either, but like Pasty missed the first 2 maps, and then he immediately, like, and then he comes back. They lose the map that he comes back on because warm up. He just
That was
Esperanza.
that was literally my warm up
Esperanza.
map. Like
Yeah,
the moment I
exactly.
got off the plane from Europe.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
he,
Oh
crazy.
my
You're a
god,
crazy
that
person.
was fun.
yeah, he comes back, and then they proceed to win the rest of the. They proceed to win that game.
But the funny thing is, I wasn't warm halfway through that match, but the moment I got warm, we went from we almost won the map from like a 100-something deficit.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. So I think Pasty missing is going to be a massive part of this.
Love
But-
gambling.
But I do want to be upset. I want flashbacks to win this. I just don't.
I like it when you're upset too, Wyatt.
I also like
Big
that.
creator energy.
Yeah, I just don't think that. I don't think the flashbacks are gonna win this. I mean, it's not like they
I don't
even like
either.
really necessarily need to win it either, because they get champ bracket pick no matter what. So
Take a big flashbacks because I'll ping him if we win and he doesn't. That's great.
I'm scared.
by the way, nerds, I got Neptune.
I can't be on
to-
Capital's bad side.
By the way, nerds, you guys are gonna be doing image
I
pharmacy now.
know.
Yeah, Will flashbacks lose your perma bench for the rest of the season?
Let's breeze through this next one because I hate talking about this team. Doodles versus Disclosed, and I don't think there's going to be a ton of don't think there's going to be a ton of variety here.
All right, cool. Moving on.
Yeah, cool, move
All right,
on.
cool. Clairvoyance versus
Banter.
Insidious. MJK, if you're in the chat still.
God damn.
Hey!
Wow!
let's
Lot of bronze banter guarantees here.
Damn.
we're pretty much. I mean, the flashbacks one is close. But the other
Never
three.
mind. I forgot.
Here's the
What
thing:
match was.
is even though we're going like one-sided on all of these, it's like
they're gonna be
playoffs
close
have been
matches.
like so. Playoffs have been so all over the place, and we've
Mhm.
seen a lot of upsets. So, would not be surprised at all to see some of these matches go another direction. Clairvoyance, I think, have just played so well consistently throughout the season, and I think Insidious have lacked a lot of that consistency. They'll show up for sure, but they did start the season 0-8, and then like we're like, oh okay, well they're gonna go 12-0 from here on out, right? And then they didn't. Well, so I don't know. A lot of inconsistencies out of Insidious, I think. That's why I went with Clairvoyance. Wyatt, you're still not allowed to talk on this topic. Insidious moment.
Pro and I was anti. What? I didn't do
Anyways.
anything.
any
Zach?
takes on this?
I think that Clairvoyance is better in every role, and I think they have
Uh-huh.
better team play. So I
Okay. Yeah. I can.
oh, actually, maybe not every role. Your teammate is a very good main support. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Bottom 500 banter. So yeah. The other match that was legally not allowed to talk about is Pause Champ versus GP. And I'm wondering if anybody here is willing to take the GP copium.
No.
Nope.
I think
What,
they
do you
could
want
win.
me to switch
I
it
would
real
have-
quick, Nick?
I think they could. I think it's gonna be in 5, and they're gonna lose in
All right,
5.
since we're
In
we're
Penguin
all here
fashion.
giving it to Pause Champ. Let's say some score lines.
Will you shut up, man? Not trying to give up a capital. Fuck that guy.
Wooly, what do you think the score of this?
I
match
can't
is
wait till
gonna be?
flashbacks lose, so
I
I
think
can
it's a
talk
3-1
so much
to
shit
pause
to you.
champ. I think if it goes to 5, GP win. But if it doesn't go to 5, which I don't think it will, I think pause champ.
I have the same pred as well.
Yeah, well, I was
everyone.
always having GP lose here, and here's the thing: I think it's gonna be a 3-0. I don't care who it was. I think it's gonna be a 3-0.
Really.
Can you print
I see that well. I honestly see it.
I honestly think that if Pause Champs keeps doing what they did against Flashbacks, that GP has a chance. Like if they keep running, if they keep trying to force the Junker Queen, or if they keep running the Doom, like they do kind of just run like troll comps, and I don't think Flashbacks was ready for it, which is why they were able to cap King's Row on Doomfist. Like,
Nah, that's a base comp.
shut up.
I love Doom comms. That's where
I-
that was where the incident happened.
The incident.
The incident.
Uh-oh.
There's a-
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the incident.
the incident where I got this red circle from.
Oh no. What happened?
Casey, what's your scoreline for this match? How do you think it's gonna go?
I think 3-2 Lost James.
Okay. 7-4 in terms of map fives.
Stick out. Stick out.
They,
Stop playing Zelda.
I'm swagging out. I'm in the first boss fight of the game, brother. What you know about it?
I think that if
I'm swagging out.
if GP want to win this one, I think it's gonna be entirely based off of the preparations Bernie's doing. I know Choi and Monty have taken a lot more of a back role in the team.
Marty's not coaching it there anymore.
Yeah,
Marty's
not even
coaching-
at all. Not even at all. Yeah, but I know he was there
Monty
for a
is-
little bit.
Monty works for me now.
I think
He works for
he's-
everybody. Money
I
works for
think-
us. He works for you guys.
I think these Harmony tier coaches / GMs need to realize that you need to stop fucking trying to force hard meta in your team's dog shit at
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
So bad. There's so many teams that could be like the best team in the tier, like top 3, who just try and play meta and they start dog shit at it.
I
Like,
think
if
it's
J-
bad
like-
for Pause Champs.
If Jersey Boys tried to fucking force meta, they would be the worst team or one of the worst teams in the tier. And they're eliminated right now and they play what they want, but they were a lot better now. So I don't know.
I think that was the main issue with Pause Champs, is they tried to force meta, and they weren't good at it. I feel like if they don't try to change that, GP can very easily win this if they keep trying to force meta, or if they keep scrimming. Like how Apathy said earlier, like you can't scrim 2-6, 2-8 for like this long and realize the problems with your team. You have to start playing better and better teams. Like literally Flashbacks was playing a 3-5 scrim the other day.
Okay, you guys aren't gonna believe me, but Geo unironically scrimmed 4.3.
Alright.
How'd it go?
Yeah.
We got fucking
See ya.
rolled. What are you?
I wonder
We-
why.
We didn't mean to get a 4.3 scrim though.
Uh-huh.
We actually like the first map was actually kind of close, and then they started rolling up. But but they were like looking for a 4.3 scrim, right? And Churd put out a 3.3. They DM'd us like, "Hey,
Oh my
we
God.
can do this." And then
Wait.
This will be
halfway-
even.
then like it was like 4 maps in. They were like, we left because we were getting rolled, and they were like GM players. We were like, oh, they advertised or whatever, and they were like, hey, maybe you guys should actually scrim your SR. And they're like, what are you talking about? We're 4.3. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys on about? we advertised 3.3. And they tried to gaslight us and to say that
No,
we
you
DM'd
didn't.
them.
Well, wait. Do you remember when we made the joke about me being the scrim finder?
Yeah, yeah,
We may need to make that a reality.
yeah. We have a joke in the GeoOrg that anytime we have a bad scrim, it's a churd scrim.
Oh, we have the same thing. Every time we have a bad scrim, it's called a capital scrim.
Yeah.
It's Tyler for us.
Wait, does that mean
Um,
am I the good scrims, Willie?
Yeah, I
Let's
guess.
go!
Your scrims are not good. Shut up, man. It
Um,
couldn't be any worse.
But actually, Bard owned on Widow against that 4.3 scrim. Just the rest of us died.
No.
I'm
so
already
final-
on the. I am legally obligated to be on the bench, of course.
Final match of the week, Crew Sentinel Sticko.
That's a great question. I'm on the crew bandwagon.
I'm on the crew. Crew are winning that shit.
I
2-0.
love me some crew. I love
Crew
me
are
some
going to
crew.
smoke Sentinels.
I'm just saying,
Dude,
alright?
so
13-4
funny.
map 1, 13-6 map 2. That
It's
is
gonna
all
be
I'm
snow.
saying.
It's gonna be so funny.
No, crew win capital, you're coping.
Crew are winning against
No,
Sentinels.
crew are winning.
Crew are smoking.
It's not gonna be close. Mark is
Wins
gonna
the
drop
fist.
30 every map, and
Dude,
it doesn't
Biden's
matter.
taking that shit against me every day. 10 days of the week, Biden is
Me
beating the
and Joe
shit out of
Biden. Joe
me.
Biden. Yeah, Joe Biden will fucking smoke me.
hmm
That guy's sick. Guy hands, trust.
I don't.
Final
please-
actual
please tell me
segment,
Joe Biden
not
is
Crew
not
versus
sick.
Sentinels.
No,
I don't need more Twitter.
no way.
We got Player of the Week. And this is a player who I think we
They need to.
mentioned them earlier. Oh, I do need to do two. You're right.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So
You
we'll
should
do
pick Levy for stealing
we'll-
$30 out of my wallet.
no. We'll do week 11 since I've already thought about who it is for that one. Well, I gave it to a player who we mentioned earlier, who I think is definitely talked about, but I think when you think about their team, it's not the first player you think of. And it's Glimpse. Glimpse played
Yeah,
a
woo.
really good match
Yeah,
this
I love
week, and
Glimpse.
honestly has
This is
been,
good.
in my opinion,
Put the grippers
top
away.
2
Hey,
main support
bed.
all season. So congrats to Glimpse for winning my Player of the Week. As for last
Shaking my
week-
head. Capital. Neglecting your players.
Oh god.
Oh
What
my
can I
God.
say?
As
I-
for
I-
last
I
week-
think I know who isn't gonna be coach of the year.
Damn.
Wait, is he even? Wait, I thought
I don't think he's nominated.
is he
I haven't
nominated?
looked though. I'm not gonna
That
vote for
checks out.
MVPs
That's
this season.
fitting.
Last time I voted for an MVP, they got banned from their team.
Dude, honestly, can we make? Yeah, dude, I'm gonna make predictions on who's gonna win. The
You can't-
It's
EOS
like
awards.
we can't
you
see
can't
it.
see it this time, which is cool. I like that.
No, EOS, not All Star.
No, dude, I'm
Right.
so happy this season
Oh.
because like in season what was it? In season 8, I was like on the Sleepy G like copium train, and I'm like, dude, Sleepy G's winning MVP, and he was.
Cry
And then
about it.
last minute, Syme, Sticko, and Jonesy form an alliance, and Null to get
And no, yep.
to get fucking Jonesy the vote. And it's because you can see
crusade.
the votes. Like they wouldn't have done that if you couldn't see the votes. So sorry, Sleepy. You should have won MVP in season 8. Trinks about
Jonesy deserved
tournament.
it.
Okay. I don't even
Can't-
know
you
who I
can't
want to
pick
give my
Jonesy,
player of the
bro.
week to for week 10. That was so long ago.
Like I said, give it to Levy. She's still
No, shut
she's
up.
still $30.
It's gotta be a Mets gaming player, surely.
Yeah.
The first win of a season.
Yeah,
That's-
that's been a
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Bubba.
I wanna give
don't
it-
give
Give it
to
to Levy.
No, not him at all. I want to give
Don't
it
get
to
anyone but Bubba.
Give it to Levy.
I
Give
want
it
to
to
give
Maz.
it to
Give it to
Tens.
Maz.
Tens is my week 10 player of the week.
Tens?
Give it to Def. Give it to Def.
Tens player of the week. So congratulations, Tens. No,
Nerf,
okay,
you really, really poorly mispronounced Levy.
I don't know. Fine, it can go to O.
Fuck. I tried.
Oh, Capital told me to do that. Congratulations,
She's
Capital. You were
your
right.
Money first,
Good
not your
job,
dignity.
Capital.
Honorable mention, Capital.
Honorable mention, Capital.
He got banned. He can't have an honorable mention.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
Oh
hey,
my.
Honorable mention, right?
I'm
after.
suspended and he's suspended,
I'm
so I
I'm
veto
suspended.
that.
I'm suspended and I'm running a show. So
Yeah. 2 of the people on this cast are currently suspended. So Capital makes 3, and that makes it even, so we win. Exactly.
more like
Whatever.
manager. More like manager is a nice word for 6-man, according to Owl this week.
Oh,
Yeah,
I should have
real.
given it to Avala.
You should have given it to
Oh
him.
my god, I should have
Too
given
late.
it to Avala. It's too late now, yeah. Sorry,
It's a
Glimpse.
it's a
I'm
dual
happy
player of
to
the
give
week. It's a Vala
Sorry.
and
Get ready to learn
DPS.
DPS, buddy.
Lugmino.
Get ready to learn. Get ready to learn
Yeah.
Chinese.
Valid and Malto.
Yeah, Lukmino unironically better than
Lukmino.
Mouthful.
Lukmino is going,
Lugmino
actually crazy.
owns, man.
If
For
they bench
Camino on the
Waffle, I think
Jungler.
that there's a genuine chance they take more than one map.
On Havana first, they Luke Mina, I think it was locked the Junkrat, opened it up against a spawn hold. That is actually crazy.
Yeah.
That might be my favorite Overwatch League moment ever. It's just so funny.
Bro,
He
Mina
locked Junk
rat.
in like double satcheled over the spawn. And then fucking- shut up.
Bro, call them
And then-
satchels.
And then fucking landed on Alicio and just owned it. It was so funny.
Bro, my favorite part about that match is looking in Overwatch chat in a Discord I'm in with OptiBot. He goes, 5:10 p.m. He goes, Maltho's showing up. Maltho's the GOAT in all caps. An hour later, he goes, never mind, he blows.
Fake fan. Fake
Yeah,
fan. I'm
stick
a
to
real
your
Malcolm fan.
convictions.
Yeah.
It's one of two Doodles players mentions. Well, we get for this cast.
That's enough of us. Thank you all for watching the Mega Week. Oh my god, we've been here for 2 hours.
Hey, nerd, do you wanna know
Um,
something?
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
a
my
shift.
capital's pinging me in Hive Mind. Oh no, I'm not even gonna look at this.
I have
I'm
a
not
shift.
looking at this. I just know
at-
it's capital.
I just got
clicked on it.
pinged by Jimbo with like a bunch of fucking puns.
There were no puns. Oh wait, never mind. There was one. One of those two. Shit.
Wait, Justice tweeted that? That's crazy.
Wait.
We can see why they're called O2 Blast. Yo!
That's
Yeah, no,
bugs.
Yeah.
The 03 Blast org as well was like, damn, we can't be 03 Blast anymore.
That's crazy.
Copyright reasons.
Shocks
That's
suck.
so good.
Yeah. Nerd,
Thanks
I
for
have-
watching though. Why just shut the fuck up?
No,
I
I
wanna
have,
go to bed. It's 1 a.m.
Good
Let me
night.
sleep.
Bye.
I have a shift in 5 hours.
Bye.